Well, hola, class. It's a new week, and what language was that? Spanish. Well, I hope you had a good weekend this last weekend, and I hope Nicholas had a great birthday, and I hope you celebrated lots and lots. I sent all the classwork to your parents and grandparents, so you should have plenty of things to keep you busy this week and learn lots. I have a new book for you today called Nerdy Birdy. Story is by Aaron Reynolds and the pictures are by Matt Davies. So this is Nerdy Birdy. His glasses are too big. His wings are too small. And right here on this page, you'll have to read all the different little things. Eagles, cardinals, and robins are the cool birdies. Wind tunnel tested head shape. So right here it says wind tunnel, head tested shape. Eagles, cardinals, and robins are the cool birdies. So he's saying he's a cool birdie. Abs of steel. Impressively sculpted chest muscles. So he thinks he's a pretty cool bird. And this guy, he says he has a glossy red pompadour, which means he's got a hair that's glossy red. Glossy red attire. Also glossy and red is down here. Beady eyes with superior worm vision. So they're talking about all what? Their good features, right? They're all trying to brag about themselves. Worm-fed physique. So he's talking about how great his body looks. Feet, nothing to do with worms. So he doesn't have anything to do with worms. I'm going to change the way my screen looks right here. Hang on. I'm not liking this. I don't know if I can. Oh well, we'll just keep doing this and hopefully it works. Okay. 3 things Robin is good at. Picking on worms. Picks on them. Insulting worms, and eating worms. So those are the 3 things Robin is good at. 3 things Nerdy Birdy is good at. Reading. So Nerdy Birdy likes to read. He likes to play video games. And reading about video games. And it says, maximizing your angry worms, scoring prowess. So, he does not like to do anything with worms, right? Everything to do with worms. Eagles, cardinals, and robins don't care about reading. And here's Nerdy Birdy. He says, hey guys, I just read the coolest book. And he goes, who cares? Bookworm. I eat bookworms for breakfast. Are they being very nice to him? No, they are not. So I think this book has something to do with about being nice to people, even though they're different. Let's keep reading. And he says, or video games. Hey guys, I just defeated the Earthworm King in a world of Wormcraft. Not Warcraft, Wormcraft. So he just played a game. Who cares? Nerd. I eat real earthworms, not digital ones. Again, not nice. Not nice at all. One day, Eagle flew off to hunt. Cardinal flew off to impress fans. And Robin flew off to terrorize worms. And Nerdy Birdy was alone. One thing was clear. It was awfully lonely not being a cool birdie. And then you hear this from up here. Okay, there's somebody talking up here, but you can't see them. Why do you hang around with them? They don't even like you. But they're so cool, said Nerdy Birdy. Trying to be cool is exhausting, said the new bird. You should hang around with us. Us? Now look, do they look kind of similar? They look like they might have similar interests. So here's that friend that he was talking to up there, and there's Nerdy Birdy down here. And it says, us. After all, there's always room for another Nerdy Birdy. Look at all those friends he could have up there that are more like him. Their glasses were too big, their wings were too small. At least half of them had birdseed allergies. They all liked to read, and most of them liked to play World of Wormcraft. They were exactly like Nerdy Birdy. And then he realized something. There were way more Nerdy Birdies than cool birdies. And now they were all his friends. Eagle didn't have any friends. Eagle hunted alone. Cardinal was always showing off. He had no friends. Know why? Because he was always showing off. Robin was too obsessed with worms to make friends. One thing was clear. It was awful lonely being a cool birdie. But then a new bird moved into the neighborhood. This says on his lunchbox, official Hello Birdie lunchbox. Eagle, let's see, oops, wrong page. The cool birds were unimpressed. And the new bird says, hey guys. And this one says, she gives me the creeps. Why does she always wear black? It's so depressing. She eats what? So again, they're not being very nice to the other bird. The cool birdies flew away and left Vulture alone. Why would you want to hang around with them? Being cool is exhausting. You should hang around with us. Us? So now he's saying the same thing to him that his friend said to him, right? His new friend. He's trying to include him. Us. After all, there's always room for another Nerdy Birdy. Right, guys? Hold it! Where are her glasses? Where's her lightsaber? And have you heard what she eats? Black! She is most definitely not one of us. know if you know, but vultures eat dead things. So I think these birds are a little afraid of having this as a friend because they might eat them. Okay, so they don't have anything in common with this bird. Nerdy Birdie was confused, but there's always room for another Nerdy Birdie, right? That's the problem. She's not a Nerdy Birdie. She's just weird. Nerdy Birdie looked at his flock of friends. The telephone wire was packed with them. He looked at the new bird, sitting there alone, and one thing was clear. It was awful lonely being alone. This is Nerdy Birdie. His glasses are too big. His wings are too small. This is Vulture. She wears contact lenses. Her wings are enormous. Vulture eats dead things. Nerdy Birdie does not. Nerdy Birdie likes video games. Vulture does not. Nerdy Birdie and Vulture don't like all the same things, but they really like each other. If you ever need a friend, you can hang around with them. After all, there's always room for another. It says, "Hi. Hi, Birdie." So now there's two of them, and they're saying hi to a new friend. That was Nerdy Birdie. Now, what lesson did we learn from Nerdy Birdie today? To include others, right? Even if they don't look like us, even if they don't like the things we like. That we can have friends that don't like the things that we like, but we can still be friends with them. That we don't need to have friends that all play the same things all the time, because we can have differences, and this book showed that. Between Vulture and Nerdy Birdie, they were really good friends. Let me show you the picture. These two were friends, and they had a whole lot of differences, but they still were friends, and that's okay. We can do that. We don't need to hurt feelings just because we don't have everything the same. So remember that as we're making new friends and playing with other people, that we can include others. Well, I hope your night goes well, and I hope tomorrow you have a good morning, and I'll read you another story tomorrow. Have a good evening. I miss you. See you later. Good night. Bye.